So we have a fun one for you today. Last year I put Hot Shot Secret's friction reducer into my rear differential of my 2001 LB7 Duramax, long bed crew cab dually, and just wanted to see what it did, if it did anything at all. And the reason why I wanted to try it out in the first place is because I took a tour on this island. I'm on Prince of Wales Island. See, it's kind of a mountainous region. Where I'm at right now on the island, mountains aren't too bad, but there's a lot of huge inclines to get up to even where I'm at right now. And you know, when you're traveling hours on end and you're traveling really slow up these huge grades with a camper on the back of your truck, that rear diff gets super freaking hot. And I even pulled over a couple of times to make sure that stayed nice and cool, and I changed my fluid, and that didn't seem to help too much. So I put some friction reducer in there, and now I could drive all day long, go anywhere I want, put my hand right on the diff, you know, after a couple hours of driving, and it's just nice, like the hotter side of medium warm, I guess you could say, which is a hell of a lot better than what it was, because you just couldn't touch it beforehand after driving it around. So I believe in some of my videos I talked about getting one of these temperature guns. This is a Black & Decker. I picked it up for like 35 bucks. You can get them a few different places. I'll drop some links down in there. But you can do your Fahrenheits, your Celsius, your reference temps, and it's made primarily to kind of help you out around the house and find all the cold and hot spots and all the insulation leaks. But today we're going to use it on the rear differential and see what it do. So we get you turned around, and let's get to this. Alright, here's old Pig. You recognize her? This is what we're working with. Got the dually. Got some really tired dogs in there. We have a camper on the back that weighs about 800 pounds unloaded. If you follow the channel, you know the Camper Hack series. I fabbed it up quite a bit in the interior. You can check out those videos if you want. So that's a Dorman OEM replacement rear diff cover. It's nothing special. It's a direct OEM replacement. So let's go ahead and take a base test here. See if you can see that. So just hanging out. She's 58, 57. We'll call her 58 degrees. Get nice and close. 57.5, 57.5. She's 57.5 degrees. So the purpose of this video is to, one, show you that Hot Shot Secret's friction reducer works in your rear diff without any negative adverse effects. And two, this is more of an academic challenge to everyone who owns a Duramax. What's the temperature of your rear diff when you're just running just regular old gear oil in your rear diff, or are you running some other friction reducer in your rear diff? Bust out your temp gauge, go run your truck hard, and post your results down below in the comment section. I'm curious. And as well as, this is kind of a challenge to the aftermarket rear diff industry, which charges, you know, 300 bucks for a rear diff, which there's some good ones out there, or there is a good one. The Banks one's probably the best one out there. That's I think the only one I would purchase. Probably still run some friction reducer in my rear diff. But you Banks guys who have the Bank rear diff, do you run the friction reducer? If so, what's your results? If not, what's your results? What's your baseline temp when you're just cruising around, or when you're working it hard, or you have towing something behind you, or you have a load on? We're gonna find out what temps we get with this pig, and a stock rear diff cover and some friction reducer. So baseline temp 57.5 degrees. We'll see what it's like here in a bit. I'll catch up with you when we get towards the pass. If you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, go ahead and subscribe right now and go check out some of the other overland videos. I'm not sure where I'll be at right now with the editing when this video drops, but I have tons of footage all over the island, including going over this pass. I'll cue you in a couple of times so you can just see where we're going, what we're doing, and now let's get to it. Alright, we're going to start our trip at 107.3 miles. So it's about 12:30, and we're going to go ahead and get a move on here, and we'll probably check the temp at a couple different points just to keep an ongoing record of this trip. So we'll head down this mountain, we'll follow the coast, and then when we get to kind of the base of the pass, before we start climbing back up the mountain again, we'll take a temp reading, and then we'll take another temp reading when we get to the summit of that pass, and then we'll take another one when we, I don't know, when we get to town or something. We'll see. All right, let's get going. Quick change of plans. We've gone about miles, as you can see there, 7 miles. We're gonna hit up this road that I've always wanted to go on, and I think it's the road that's across the valley from where we just were at, but I'm not sure. We're quite a few miles down the road, and I don't know. So this is gonna really put the friction reducer to the test. So I'm going to get you turned around and we'll go cruise up this road. Okay, we have gone about 8 miles or so. Trans is up to temp and pretty hot. Engine's up to temp. We're at a dead end here. We're all water barred, so actually not a bad location. 83.8, up from 57.5. Hit a couple different spots. 84, 85 degrees. So that's after doing some serious work, getting up there. Went about 8 miles or so, put in some good work, and that's where we ended up. So we'll keep on testing. I think I'm gonna check this area out a little bit though. I don't know if I'm gonna stay the night here or turn back around and try to find somewhere else. They look like might have been some other little offshoot roads I can go to that look pretty nice, but it's pretty over here. Old pig, she'll take you anywhere. Pig don't care. Pig thinks the world's flat. right back in there. It's where we just were a few moments ago when we went up that grassy, grown over road. Had to hack a alder out of the way and it just went to nowhere, and so we took the pups out and hiked around. You can see some muskeg over there, it looks familiar. So we were looking over at that road, thinking that the road that we're on now will take us there somehow magically, but it did not. Really am perplexed. So I think we are going to not have a level sleeping ground tonight. We're just going to back right up into that, because that looks like a beautiful view to have every time I open up that door and I'm just hanging out. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to call it good for today and keep going tomorrow. We went about 7 or 10 miles. We are up to Temps still. We'll go ahead and shut down the truck and we'll take that temperature reading for today. We definitely put in some freaking work on the old girl. And let's see what the temp is. Let's see what we got. Okay, she was 87.5 or 88. And now she's down about 10 degrees. No, 13, 14 degrees. She's cooled down a little bit. Oh yeah. Yeah, not even warm. It's like, it's incredible. Yeah. Yeah, I can't even really feel the difference from this morning. That is awesome. Okay. Let's see what's the temp down here. The exhaust is pretty hot still. Just turned her off. About brakes. Okay, I'm going to post up camp here, and maybe a couple of deer will wander through at some point, and that'll be nice. I'll go bag me a deer, but otherwise we will pick the rear diff temp gauge video up tomorrow and keep heading that way, probably more like back up in that way, unless I stumble across another road that I like. There's actually another entrance right beyond this one that looked pretty sweet. I don't know where that one goes. I mean, that one may go through that valley around that mountain and bring me right to those roads over there that I wanted to get to so bad, that I've been looking at for the past couple of years. But I'm a rambling man right now, so I'm gonna let the dogs out and crack open the camper, get me a cold snack, maybe make some lunch, and enjoy my last week on the island before I gotta head back up north. So for those of you new to the channel, I'm laid up here in Prince of Wales for another week because my ferry got COVID-19, and so she's stuck down in Bellingham. So I'm going to meet up with that boat, hopefully, next week, and head back up north. Okay, check in with you tomorrow. Alright, we spent a couple of nights up here in the old mountain, pretty early in the morning right now, 6 something. We're going to slowly drive out, maybe check out a couple of these little offshoot roads that are dug up, and hike down, look for some deer. I heard someone last night get one, or at least pop a shot off from a mountain, the next mountain over, as well as somebody, I think, further down the same road, David. So I'm gonna see if I can get me something. But I got 2 more nights left on the island. My bro just hit me up, said he wants to come out, so I got about 50, 60, 70 mile drive, I don't know, back into town. So we're going to test this out again, and instead of going over the pass over to Kaufman, we're going to go down through the mountains 50, 60 miles back into Klowok, and then we will test it after that huge run and see what kind of temps we are getting. That's what we're going to do. Okay, we just rolled into town. It's going 100 and we're at 161. I think Last time we checked in, we're at 115. So we've gone quite a few miles. Let's go ahead and see what our temp is. See, everything's pretty well at the temp here. Okay, just hop under here real quick. Yeah, she's on the hot side of warm. One 15.7. Yeah, between 115 and 120. It's not bad. I can still touch it though. It's not super hot. All right. Let's see it, boys. What's the temp of your rear diff?